was really happy to get a win for senior day. I thought we played really well, and that's something that you want going to the tournament. Kind of builds momentum, builds confidence. And I thought we got to celebrate our seniors the right way. And once the game was over with, I got to have a moment with them and their families, talk about the tournament moving forward and kind of how we were going to prepare for it. So I think our girls are ready to go. We gave them 2 days off, so they had Saturday, Sunday off to kind of rest and reset their minds and their bodies. And I think everybody will be ready to go to have, we'll have some tough practices coming up to try to prepare for what it's going to look like winning 3 games in 3 days. But the focus is also, obviously you can't get to the next one without getting the first one. So just trying to prepare them for that moment, and just trying to go into this thing with as much confidence as we can, and understanding that it's not about who's been the best team all year, but who could be the best team for 40 minutes. So, got a tough task on us this week, a lot that we could improve on, but we're definitely going to improve on it, and we'll be ready to go when we get to Florida.
Coach, you talked in your post game Friday night just about, how well you played in the previous tournament you were in back, before conference play in the Bahamas. What do you take from that trip that you can apply to this Pensacola run and use?
I think a lot of it was we were just in a routine. We had shorter warm ups, which we will have because we're going to be the second game. I think both days, um, and they just I don't know. It was just something about they were on the beach and they were so happy and joyful. And so I just told them, I said, hey, when we get to Pensacola, just we're in Bahamas. That's where we are. But I think it was just kind of like it was just a sense of togetherness. They were able to go out and do things together. They would go and grab. We went down 2 days before, just like we're going to do for Pensacola, and we allowed them to kind of go as a team and grab dinner together and kind of spend that time together and walk out to the beach, see the beach. So it was probably the best demeanor wise that I've seen them all year long. So I'm hoping that being in Pensacola, playing in a tournament, that we have that same confidence. But I'm telling you that me just watching it, that was the best I saw our team play all year, was those 2 games in the Bahamas. So I think that there's no doubt about it that we could do it again. But I have to try to do a really good job this week of preparing them and trying to clean up as much stuff as we can going into the tournament.
What's going on, Coach?
What's up?
Scheduling wise, what does this week look like for you guys?
So we're gonna practice today, tomorrow. We'll practice Wednesday afternoon, and our flight was not gonna let us get out until Thursday night. So we're gonna leave Wednesday night now because we want to get to Pensacola and we want to support our men at their game. So now we're trying to rack our brains to find a gym to practice at on Thursday, but we'll get that figured out. But we'll actually be in Pensacola Wednesday night. We'll practice Thursday morning sometime, let the girls kind of spend some time together, go grab their own lunch, go to the beach if they want to, and then we'll go to the guys' game that evening. And then the next day, be same thing. We'll get up, we'll practice, prep for our game. We'll start gearing towards a lot of film because then we'll start to know who we're going to play. And then Saturday is game day. So I think the biggest thing that's the most important for us is these first 3 days. These first 3 days, we have to do a great job as a staff being super intentional about being detail oriented and making sure that we can clean up as much as we can clean up in 3 days to get these girls ready to go for the tournament.
So back to the Bahamas again for a second. It wasn't just about the demeanor, but you said that's also the best you played. So from a basketball perspective, when you're talking about things you need to clean up, what do you need to clean up to be back on that level basketball wise?
I think like in the Bahamas, we were scoring it from the 3-point line. We were scoring in the paint. It just was a different level of confidence that I saw us playing with. And we just want to get back with that. I thought also in our defense, we were ultra aggressive in our defense. And we just played fearless. So I think the things that we got to clean up is we want to be able to execute down the stretch. We lost our Troy game at the end of the game because we couldn't execute offense down the stretch because we're used to playing in transition. So if a team is going to slow us down and make us run offense, we got to be able to execute. We have to have the ability in our press to, we call it pill offs. So once someone breaks the press, you're sprinting out of your pill off and finding matchups. I thought we got down against Troy because we allowed 15 points from three in the first half because we weren't finding our shooters out of our peel offs. So we're gonna work a lot on having our guys deny our shooters and making us make reads out of that in our offense, which is what most people have been doing, where we've been struggling. So we'll work a lot on that this week. Um, and then in our defense, it's just about being better with our ball pressure, being better about closing traps, being better about being aggressive in the backcourt and running through passes. So a lot of it is just about getting back to what we were doing in the Bahamas, which we were executing on all levels, offensively and defensively. So just getting back to being aggressive offensively, shooting the ball with confidence, being able to score in the paint. We missed way too many layups over the past month. So just being intentional about that. And then, in our defense, just making sure that not only are we aggressive in our press, we got to be really good in our half court defense as well, be super disciplined.
From Kevin, Coach, what are your thoughts on your bracket position going into the tournament?
Oh, I love it. I love the way it worked out for us. Not saying it's going to be easy, it's going to be difficult. But I think that we have a great path trying to get to where we want to go. So the biggest thing for us is, we'll watch and see, kind of who that first game is. Obviously, we don't know. We won't know until Friday, but um, our staff is already prepping for teams that it might be. And so, today will be about kind of trying to mirror practice to what we might think that look like. And then Tuesday will mirror what a semifinal look like. And Wednesday will mirror what a championship game will look like. Um, I love our draw. But now it's up to us to go into this thing and play like underdogs. No one's going to pick us to win this tournament. We're the 3 seed. So now it's about that pressure is off of us now. So we get to go in and be free and confident and kind of take that underdog role and just go play hard and we'll see what happens.